What if I told you there's a way to turn even the toughest callers into satisfied customers? Stay with me because in this video, I will reveal to you the insider secrets that top customer service associate use to handle difficult customers. Let's begin. Alright, so let's start with step number one, which is to understand the type of customer you're dealing with. You need to classify them according to their type. So, not all difficult customers kasi are the same. So, to handle them effectively, you first need to understand what type of customer you're dealing with. And according to studies kasi, 67% of customer complaints stem from misunderstanding rather than actual service issues. So when you understand your customer type, then you know how to handle them properly. So for me, there are at least 5 types of difficult customers na may encounter mo on a daily basis. The number one customer type is the angry customer. So of course, this is a type of customer who feels wronged and wants immediate action. Sila yung may nagawa talaga tayong mali. That's why they're angry and they want immediate action. Like right away, dapat ma-fix mo yung problem. The second type of customer is the indecisive customer. So these are the type of customers na they can't make up their minds at the moment na nag-uusap kayo, and they typically delay resolution. Sila yung mga mahilig magpa-call back. For me, it's difficult kasi you need to call them pa the following day to ask them kung i-avail ba nila tong package na to and things like that. The third type of customer is the know-it-all type of customer. So this is a customer who challenges your expertise at every turn. So ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-iinisan kong customer, yung tipong tumawag siya sa atin kasi nanghihingi siya ng tulong, ng resolution, pero parang mas magaling pa siya sa atin ng mga agent. So, doon ako nauubusan ng pasensya. So, the number 4 type is the impatient one. So, this is a customer who hates waiting and gets frustrated quickly. Especially sa account namin back then, medyo mahirap kasi bukod sa queuing na kami, sobrang tagal pa bago makakausap ng live agent kasi may pinipress pa silang something doon. So, pagdating sa amin, sobrang impatient na nila. So, nagiging magagalitin sila talaga and gusto rin nila ng immediate resolution. And then, the last type of customer is the silent type. So, sila yung customer type na they give minimal response, making it hard to assist. So, these are the type of customers na nonchalant, but they could be dangerous as well kasi tahimik lang sila pero meron silang pangilalim or meron silang something deep inside. Tapos yun, tahimik lang sila pero pagdating ng survey, nagsisurvey sila ng most likely detractor, lalo na pag hindi resolve yung issue. Step 2 is we need to understand the psychology behind customer behavior. Did you know that 70% of angry customers calm down when they feel heard and acknowledged? Also, do you know that most difficult customers aren't actually mad at you but at their situation? So, understanding the psychology behind their frustration can help you respond more effectively. So, yes, we tend to think kasi na pinipersonal na natin. So, this customer is angry towards me, siguro may mali sa akin. But the truth is, it's their sa sitwasyon nila sila frustrated at hindi sa atin. Nagkataon lang na tayo yung napagbalingan nila ng init ng ulo, 'di ba? So ayun. When customers are upset kasi, their brain triggers the fight or flight response, making them act aggressively. So once we understand this, we'll have deeper understanding as to why customers are acting that way. So when you say fight or flight, for me, in my own understanding lang, kapag nakahanap sila ng problema, tatawag agad sila, tapos either ipaglalaban nila yung concern na yon or hahayaan lang nila or pagkikibit balikat lang nila. And the second one is what we call the mirror effect. So saying or staying calm influences them to mirror your behavior. So therefore, stay calm when helping customers that are on fire. So for example, 'di ba, kung nagmumura sila, tas mumurahin mo rin sila pabalik, then 'di ba, magagalit sila lalo. Pero pag kalmado ka, kalmada rin sila. So that's step number 3 actually, to stay calm and professional. So take deep breaths before responding and speak in a steady, confident tone. You need to stay confident kasi kapag ka medyo hindi steady yung boses mo at medyo hindi ka confident, na hahalata nila yon and lalo silang nagiging aggressive at parang dinadown ka na nila lalo kasi parang kinakaya-kaya ka lang nila. So, ayun, make sure to stay calm and professional pa rin kasi kapag lumaban tayo sa kanila, baka tayo ay mawala naman ng trabaho. So, we don't want that. Step number 4 is to listen actively and show empathy. So, repeat their concerns to show understanding. Like, I hear that you're frustrated because, and you also need to make sure to avoid defensive responses. Always validate their feelings, especially. So, what I typically do when this happens talaga, customer is frustrated, I listen intently, tapos I take notes of everything na sinasabi nila, especially the problem. And then, kapag tapos na silang mag-rant, ayun, mag-empathy na tayo, i-acknowledge na natin, bibigyan nila natin ng reassurance, and of course, magbibigay tayo ng resolution. Kapag kasi nag-empathy tayo sa kanila, nare-realize niya na, okay, naiintindihan ako ng taong to. So, matutulungan niya talaga ako kasi gets niya kung ano yung problema ko. And usually, sinasabi ko rin kasi na I'm a customer just like you, kaya kung nararamdaman mo to ngayon, nararamdaman ko rin yan, or sure na mararamdaman ko rin yan kung nangyari yan sa akin. Especially, baka mas malala pa nga. Yun. Tapos sinasabi ko na kind sila sa akin kahit ang totoo, hindi naman sila kind sa akin. Char. Okay, step number 5 is to control the conversation. So, you need to use the acknowledge, reassure, resolve method, which is typically, ito naman talaga ginagamit natin sa BPO, diba? So, for example, the angry customer says, this is unacceptable. So, your response should be, I completely understand why you're upset. Let's work together to fix this. So, yung acknowledge doon is yung naiintindihan mo na upset sila. Tapos, yung reassure is, let's work together to fix this situation. So, yun yung resolve. Alright, so, usually kasi, no-overpower tayo ng customer, no? Minsan sila na yung nagko-control ng conversation. Tapos, ang ending, tayo yung nawawala sa sarili natin. So, we need to make sure to avoid that para naman tayo pa rin yung gag-guide sa conversation. Step number 6 na tayo is to offer solutions, not excuses. Most of us, syempre mga agents, nagpapalus pa na hinahanapan natin ang butas ng customer, ng mali nila. So, don't do that. Offer solution instead. Like, focus on what you can do. So, lines like, here's what I can offer to resolve this. So, make sure to give clear timelines and follow through as well. So, mahalaga talaga kapag nag-offer tayo ng solution. Kasi alam mo, dyan sila bumabait eh. So, regardless of their behavior, kapag na-fix natin yung problem nila, ay, bumabait sila, nagsusorry sila, todo pasalamat talaga, trust me. Alright, so step number 7 is to know when to escalate. So, if a customer crosses the line like verbal abuse, threats, you need to set boundaries and escalate if needed. So, for example, I'm here to help, but I can only do so if we keep the conversation respectful. So, kapag naisip na, oo nga, no, parang naging disrespectful na ako sa agent na to. So, I need to make sure na nakikinig ako sa kanya, sinusundan ko siya. Tapos, tayo rin kasi mga agent, kapag sumusobra na yung customer, pwede tayong threat din sa kanila na i-disconnect natin yung call kapag nanatili silang unprofessional. So, yun. Isa yun sa mga way. And syempre, de-escalate mo bago may transfer sa supervisor in case naghahanap na talaga siya ng supervisor. And the last one, or step number 8, is to use positive language. Napakahalaga talaga ng nagagawa ng positive language instead of negative languages. Like, instead of saying, I can't do that, say, what I can do is. So, diba? Hindi ka nagdudwell dun sa negative, sa pangit, kundi nagdudwell ka dun sa pwede mong magawa. Also, it's important to take down notes. As I said, listen intently, keep track of their issues, and then resolve that para hindi na siya maulit pa in the future. And of course, self-care matters. I know na, handling customers like these ay nakaka-stress naman talaga. Yung iba nga ay napapanaginipan pa nila. So, make sure to take care of yourself. And there you have it. The next time you get a tough customer, remember to stay calm, stay in control, and take it as an opportunity. So, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you have video suggestions, I would appreciate if you could comment that below. And if you have any comments or thoughts about this topic of ours, comment that below as well, because I read every single comments and also make sure to reply to those. So yeah, I'll talk to you next time. Bye!